sort of everyone, I think Scott's taken everyone by surprise, but having played with him since we've been down here, probably haven't seen him a lot on the field for the Scarlets, but his qualities were evident in training and when he did play. John's a great player, and he's done great things for both the Scarlets and Wales, and I think whoever misses out is going to be really disappointed now. Whether the Welsh management chose to go with someone like John, who's probably a little bit more experienced, especially in bigger international games, or whether they go with Scott, who's high on confidence at the moment, scoring a lot of tries and seems to put in two very good performances, albeit against probably weaker opposition than they're going to face in Ireland, but it's a tough call.
The Scarlets, on the back of last week, how important is this week?
Massively important. I felt that as a team we let the fans down in that 5,000 game. There's no lack of endeavour, and like I said, no more of the players and the management are keen to try and put things right. But I suppose it's rugby at the end of the day, and there's a winner and a loser. But what's more disappointing for us is, I mentioned it last week, the performance is not quite where we need it to be at the moment, and I think as soon as that comes, we're quite capable of putting aside to the sword and coming away with a real convincing win, and hopefully that will be the case Friday night.
What do you make of Edinburgh? What can you make of Edinburgh, given the results they've had in the last couple of weeks, two ends of the scale?
Yeah, Edinburgh are a very strong side. They're not a flashy side, but they've got some very good regional players dotted throughout their squad. They do well as a forward pack, and you take people like Tim Visser. I know he's gone on to good things with the Barbarians, and he's a big threat to them as well. So we're not expecting anything other than a big battle out there Friday, but if we are anywhere near where we can be and where we aim to be, then there's no reason why we can't get a victory and get our season back on track.
Just for yourself, as the captain at the moment, and I don't know, vice captain overall, I'm not quite sure where it works with the three of you overall, but captain inside at the moment, having made the move a couple of years ago from the Dragons, just how much are you enjoying the role? How much are you enjoying being a captain down here in such a traditional place? What are your feelings about it?
It's brilliant. It's a great club, and it's an honour to be appointed with that role. But there's plenty of people that are still capable leaders in the side, and obviously with Matthew back in training, he adds a lot of sort of benefit to experience the youngsters, and it's like I said, it's a great opportunity, but. It's just disappointing as from a team's perspective when we're not quite recording these wins, which is probably overshadowing some of the. But like I said, we've got leaders dotted throughout our side, and it's just more of a. For me, really, it's more of a title rather than I've still got a job to do, and so has everyone else, and I'm sure that it makes the captain's job a little bit easier when we're recording victories. But we'll hopefully get that right Friday.
I suppose, Gareth, as well, you can't be in this position where you're just waiting for the boys to come back. At this stage, because Simon mentioned earlier, it could be another 2-3 weeks until they're back.
No, we can't. And that's something that's not coming into anyone's minds. We're not spoken about that. Like you said, it's great to see how the boys are doing out in there, but it's a totally different thing. International rugby is a totally different thing. You've got a collective group of what you could class as the best players in their positions. When those boys return, they're going to find, I would imagine, a different sort of environment, and probably not going to see things so easy. But we've got a job to do. We're the people who are in charge of driving the team forward and getting the results, and we all know that. And we're not even ended our heads really worrying about when internationals are back. It'd be great to have them back, as soon as possible. But at the end of the day, as far as they go, it's only going to benefit our team in the long run to have them experience sort of quarter-final and semi-final positions if they get that far.
And a run of defeats like this, does it have an effect on the squad?
I think it does have an effect in terms of we're here to win games of rugby, and that's our main job, and like I said, it does have an effect, but it also makes you put that a little bit more in, and when you start getting a run of results, which I'm sure will come our way, these type of times actually pay off even more then, and it's difficult for us because as well as we're not where we want to be, I'm sure rugby's got a habit of, like out in Treviso, there was no reason why we couldn't have won that, but it's not only the performance. We had a few key decisions go against us, which were afterwards cleared up with the referee with an apology. But an apology doesn't help. But that's the way it goes. But I'm sure that at one point those fortunes will turn for us, and as soon as that happens, then along with an improved performance, I think we can get back to where we were last year.
Because obviously it's not just the World Cup, because you've got a Six Nations as well. That's another major stage of the season to deal with as well, in terms of, I'm assuming there'll be a same amount of boys away at that stage of the season as well. Yeah,
definitely. Like I said, we've got a capable group of guys here, and those boys were. It's funny that a lot of those guys that we're talking about, the stars of the World Cup, were in this position last year, and we were talking about the same thing. So, like I said, we just need to regroup. We've been putting the work in, and like I said, the effort from everyone it can't be faulted, but effort doesn't win you games, unfortunately. It's just a little bit more probably in terms of a performance. We just need a little bit more composure, making the better decisions in the right areas of the field, and just being a little bit smarter, and hopefully those couple of decisions which has gone against us may run with us moving forward, and we'll have a change of fortune.
There seems to be a lot of frustration here at the moment, Ben. Is that fair?
Yeah, definitely. We seem to be putting in an awful lot of effort and just not getting any reward at the moment.
I mean, was that a very much a winnable game last week in these two games?
Definitely. I mean, there was a few calls that didn't go our way, which obviously didn't help. But I mean, it's those momentary lapses which are just costing us at the moment.
And you found yourself in one place off the bottom of the table, which can't make great reading at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's just at the moment we seem to be in every game, but just coming out on the wrong side. I mean, a few games, if they'd have gone differently, then we'd be in a totally different place. But I mean, we've just got to sort ourselves out and stop this, really.
Yeah. I suppose it's too early in the season to be looking, thinking, we're desperate for a win. But is this a must-win game here on Friday night?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, definitely. Every game's a must-win. Obviously, it's just frustrating that things aren't quite coming together. Yeah. As I said before, everyone's trying the hardest, and it's just getting those things to click.
What's not clicking at the moment?
I don't know. I think it's not for want of trying. Obviously, everyone's really struggling on the pitch, just putting everything into it. So it's not a lack of trying. I mean, I'm saying the close scores, obviously they don't help, but we just got to be a bit tighter, I think.
Right.
What do you make of Edinburgh?
Yeah, they're a good side. They like to play a lot, like to play wide. It'd be an interesting challenge, and I hope the weather holds out, because we've been unfortunate with obviously heavy rain and then in Treviso blistering sun.
So there's a lot of debate last year about your international future and which way to go. Have you actually qualified for Wales now?
No, not yet.
But you will be in time for the Six Nations. Any kind of thoughts on what's...
No, I think to start with, I just want to get regular games under my belt and just get consistency back again, I think it's going to help. We need to start winning games as a team, and I think that's more of a platform then to push yourself on further. But until you're in that position, I think my sole focus is with the club.
And there's a hell of a lot of competition there, though. You look at the guys down under, then you got the guys left here, Turnbull and McCusker.
Yeah, it's really healthy competition. Everyone's striving for the place, so it's a good environment to be in still. We just need to start winning some games.